Well, one of the treasures in our diocese is Garvey Manor Nursing Home in Hollidaysburg, which provides exceptional skilled care and residential living for seniors. The Carmelite Sisters for the Aged and Infirm lovingly minister at Garvey alongside a dedicated lay staff. And of course, also under the Garvey umbrella is Our Lady of the Alleghenies Assisted Living and Marion Heights Independent Living. The other day, the administrator and the director of pastoral and palliative care spoke with me about the mission of Garvey, how they enrich the lives of their residents, and how the residents enrich their lives.
I think that so many times people are amazed when they walk into Garvey Manor. They say this does not look like a long-term care facility. And I say, well, this is how a long-term care facility should look. Over and above all else, we certainly try to be a home for the residents who come here. Even though many people don't come willingly, they come because they have a need. Many people don't come with the anticipation they're going to be here for long term, but they are. So we want to see that when they come here, that they have that experience of feeling belonging, feeling welcomed, feeling incorporated into more than just a healthcare facility, but being part of. And all of our staff are amazing the way the staff buy into our mission. As I said, when they come, it's foreign to them. We're saying words to them that they can't even imagine. They come for a job. And I always say to them, you come for a job, but I want you to stay because of the mission. And to realize that what we're doing is not just a job, it's a ministry. It's a ministry that makes the difference in people's lives that no one else on earth could make. And so each opportunity, each resident we see, each staff member we have, each family member we encounter are an opportunity of sharing God and God's graces. It's a blessing for me to be able to enliven here at Garvey Manor that which was done before I arrived here 29 years ago tomorrow, and what was passed on to us by our founders, Mother Venerable Mary Angeline Teresa, that we can see here in the person of each resident, Christ, that we can bring to each one of them something that is enhancing their human dignity, enhancing the quality of their life. And as they end their journey, or they continue on in their life journey, our life journey merges with us. And in the contemplative spirituality of our Carmelite heritage, embodying in ourselves the life of Christ and living in the presence of God also gives us that opportunity to bring that to the residents, to increase their awareness of being in the presence of God and to realize that their life is being fulfilled in a way that is unique and is God-centered and is mission-driven.
59 years ago, I left Scotland and never imagined that I would be in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. And I was just reflecting the other day, this is my 10th anniversary this year of being at Garvey Manor. And most of my religious life I worked in nursing, but when I was asked to come to Garvey Manor, it was presented to me to work through pastoral services, and I thought, what a joy. When we work in nursing, we're with the residents all the time, we're doing for the residents, but we don't really get time to be with the residents. Most of the time when we're with families, it's because of difficult situations, and for the past 10 years, it has been such a joy to be able to journey with the residents and their families. A lot of time as they're coming closer to the end of their life and help to prepare them to meet their God. Also for the residents who come for short-term rehab, to be able to help them through this time of their illness and help prepare them to go back to the community. And it's been a tremendous joy. As the religious, I've always had contact with the residents, but working in pastoral services, working with end-of-life care, working with our residents through palliative care, which is our end-of-life program, has just been a tremendous joy. You might be the only person that gives somebody a smile, and so many times people have come forward and said, gosh, what a blessing that you were there. Or I was sitting with Mom and you came into the room and put a different perspective on what we were doing, and talked about the presence of the Lord and how much joy there actually is in helping prepare a person for the end of their life. And even on the regular day-to-day, we have so much fun interactions with the residents.
Commitment to mission is everything, because mission is our identity. And our mission statement says it all. It says, our mission is to promote and provide personal and professional quality of care and services in an atmosphere which reflects Christ's compassion, love, and concern for the elderly. Those are not just words that are printed in our material, that are posted on our walls. Those words and that feeling is embedded into everybody. From the day a new person comes in, a lay person is hired, that is what they stay for. That's not maybe what they come for, but that's what they stay for. And a commitment to that, the integrity of living mission, is what makes us good. And Garvey Manor in 2026 now is celebrating its 61st year of presence in the diocese, and certainly our Carmelite Sisters who came here before the home opened in the tenure of Bishop McCormick, God bless him and God rest his soul, they laid the foundation for that. They laid the foundation to say, what is Garvey Manor going to be about? But it's going to be about the integrity of bringing Christ to the elderly and bringing that mission to fulfillment in every one of their lives.
And the residents do enrich our lives, especially our residents who have cognitive impairment. They may not know the words, they may not know different things, but when they see us dressed in our habit, or when they see Father coming up, it immediately draws them to God. I don't know how many times I've been called Father, how many times, are you God's wife, because they do recognize that. It is amazing how that never leaves them. The experience of what they have grown up with, no matter which religion they followed, which church they followed, they still recognize who God is in their life. And that's just an amazing thing for me. And it has brought me so much joy to be able to bring some of those memories back to the residents.
The joy I feel is, number one of amazement. The amazement at seeing how we can impact people's lives. And the humility I feel, so humble to think that I'm part of it. And to think that I have a responsibility to create the tempo and to maintain the tempo where that opportunity for the residents to have excellence is embedded. And the fulfillment of my personal life, my religious life especially, has just been amazement to me, because I never expected when I came here that I would be here for 29 years, and please God, I will continue on in the future. I came here as a stranger, but I have been embraced by the community, by the residents, by the staff, by the families, and it is an opportunity for me to realize how the presence of Christ within each one of us goes out to another person, and how that Christ in that person comes back to me and fulfills my life. And so the joy that I feel is absolutely amazing and God-centered, and certainly blessings. I feel blessings that God has reaped upon me in giving me the opportunity to serve here in this ministry.
Sister Joachim and I entered the convent together the same day, and Sister Jacinta, who is here, was our novice mistress. And who would have thought that 58 years later, the three of us would be here ministering to the residents. A lot of what Sister Jacinta taught us, we're still putting into play, and she's still teaching us. And it's just a tremendous, I hope the Lord gives me a long time from here to be able to continue to minister for Him and through the residents here in Garvey Manor.